a corn crib.
Oh,
right
really?
there. Across from it. On down was the barn.
Interesting.
There was a big barn down there, and then this road went over and went down and went through the ditch again.
Wow.
Out.
Really?
But the barn, on the back side, they had a pig pen.
Interesting.
And then there was a fence down there, and this is the thing that I've wondered. There was hops growing on the tree, on the fence.
Like a whole row of them.
Really?
Yeah. I said,
Interesting.
do they use hops in root beer or anything?
I wonder if they did. So Joe Wadley owned the home down there.
Wadley, yeah, that rings a bell.
So Joe Wadley and Joseph Ash were neighbors. My grandpa and Alan College's grandpa, who owns Wadley Farms. He's done amazing. That's his home. And there's 17 acres, wedding receptions.
Yeah, we've been there.
Seen that? It's beautiful.
We've been to a couple.
So Alan's preserved that. I tried to build a golf course on it, but that didn't work in the 80s. We wanted to do a golf course. My dad liked to golf.
Yeah.
But I ended up buying my mom and dad, when mom passed in 22, I bought that. And we couldn't let this go. There was unfortunately, the ones that bought it, the Moore family, the one son was an addict. And you would not believe the mess this was, guys.
Yeah,
It was.
I remember that more than
mess.
anything, because I went by a few times.
It was
where
a
they made.
mess. I mean,
Well, it's great
12
that you
dumpsters,
bought it.
12 dumpsters at it. It's been 4 years that we've had it.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And we've literally let the home sit for 4 years to air out
Yeah.
because they
I
were into
understand,
drugs and
yeah.
stuff. But we're just about ready to sheetrock.
Oh.
We're going to sheetrock and rent it out.
There used to be a well right here.
Oh, okay. That
Well,
makes
and what
sense.
is that old building?
makes
That
sense.
might be
It might have been the whale house or
right
something.
there. Do you think
well,
that's it?
I didn't.
The Moors turned it into a barbecue thing or
Oh.
something, but
But there was a well, and they
Can
hung
we look at
bamboo,
it? Do you want to look
yeah.
at it and see?
it's just
if it looks like.
I mean, if it's familiar.
They hung.
Well, my understanding was this home was built in a couple of phases too. There was a
Yes.
little old original part.
Well, the funeral,
Right.
the back half was never ever finished.
It wasn't.
was never finished.
okay, yeah.
I wondered. I
Well,
wouldn't.
Alan bought it, and then he of course put up the. So
That big wall.
he had me go buy it because they wouldn't talk to him. They didn't like Alan,
Yeah.
and he had the money. So I went and bought it. He wrote the check. He just wrote a check, and then he sold this back to me and my son. We went and got a loan. We don't have the money to. This really doesn't have anything.
Oh, well.
But there's old skates. Look at those old ice skates.
I'll be darned.
Isn't that crazy?
Do you think this is where the well would have been, or do you think the well was?
Doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it a bit,
But it was
no.
just outside the house,
Yeah, yeah.
and I remember
It
the
could have
the burlap hanging, and they had water running over it, so that the butter and milk, they kept it in there.
Yeah.
They're-
Oh,
And that
yeah,
kept it
yeah.
cool.
Well,
And then right here, where they had the funeral, that was their front room.
that was the front room. Okay.
And this was Grandma Ash's, or
Was this a kitchen or was this?
no,
a,
this was her bedroom.
Oh,
Her
okay.
bedroom was right here, small,
Small little bedroom.
and she had arthritis real bad. She liked tea,
Yeah.
and she couldn't put her finger through the cup.
Oh wow.
She had to hold the cup with
like
the,
that to
with
drink
the
it.
heel of her
Oh
hand.
my gosh.
I remember.
There was another lady, sweet lady that came over here. Lana's mom.
That don't ring a bell.
Oh, she might. Anyway,
But
she
eventually,
was connected to the Ashes as well.
yeah. Eventually, she moved to Salt Lake for Uncle Bill Fackrell,
Oh, okay.
because they took care of her.
That sounds.
Aunt May would come over, and
Would she? Aunt
well,
May?
My dad come by all the time.
May treated me really good. She must have liked my grandpa.
There's another little shed out back here, and there's the big trees.
Yeah. We had to take out a couple of pine trees.
Oh.
A big one right there.
They
And
were
a
long.
huge- There was a huge pine tree in the corner right there. See, there's all the stuff.
Now, right out that side there, over there, was a dirt cellar,
Oh, okay.
and that was where
Potatoes went or what?
no, my grandpa. Anyway, he had a barrel of cider,
Oh, really?
and my dad and Curly Ash,
Curly
Ernie.
or Ernie?
No,
No, Curly. There was a Curly. I remember
What's his
somebody
name?
named Curly.
Springville. He lived in Springville.
Yeah.
I'll think of it. Anyway, both of them had siphoned and were drinking. And it seemed like there was a door here or somewhere,
Really?
right here. Because there used to be a ramp.
Well, there's a ramp right there, but that's,
out
further
of the back
over.
door. I
So
remember.
the Moors kind of caused a problem. They actually dug out a place to put a furnace.
Okay.
Anyway, that's what
Anyway,
that
they were
is.
drinking. They heard Grandpa slam the door, and they took off.
Oh.
But they left the siphon.
Oh no.
And my dad says I went in and took my beating, and Uncle
Curly.
Eldon Curly.
Elton, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, he went out in the field and hid
Oh no.
for a whole day.
Oh no.
But anyway, I remember the dirt cellar.
I got the impression George was pretty religious. Man.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Pretty active in the church. From what I've read, I've read quite a bit about the Ash side.
Yeah.
My great grandpa that died served a mission in Texas, and that's how he got malaria. So he had
Wow.
his 2 children, and then he passed away.
Well, Cecil Ash was the oldest one of the
okay.
bunch. He was a stake patriarch in Lehigh.
Boy, that sounds familiar.
Lehigh.
Cecil Ash. I wonder if I met him through the years.
I don't know, his son still lives over here in Pleasant Grove. He's a teacher, or
Is he?
was a teacher. He's retired.
He came to see the place.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well,
He's taught in Pleasant Grove
Yeah.
for years, still living.
oh yeah. I just went
Dawn,
and seen him.
Dawn.
Yeah, he went and
I
visited
just
him.
went within the month,
Did you?
because I could remember about where he lived.
He's
and I
a good
finally-
man.
I finally found the
Leanne
place.
Ash is his daughter, my age. I went to school with Leanne.
But he went. He was
what's
out in
his
the
first-
garden and that, and doing all that stuff.
He came to see the place. He
Yeah.
came to see this place.
Yeah, I
actually.
think it was Dawn, right?
Dawn
yeah,
Ash.
Dawn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think he was similar to you guys. He had just driven by and wanted to look at it. His son was with him
Yeah.
and showed him.
Yeah. I
So he would be what to you, like a second cousin or something?
he's
or-
my first cousin.
Oh, first cousin.
First cousin. Yeah.
It's Cecil.
Because I used to go
Cecil's kid.
Yeah. Cecil.
Yeah.
I used to go fishing with him over in.
I'm glad to connect some of these dots because I wondered about it, you know.
Yeah.
Julie, my wife, was the one that didn't want this to go to somebody else, even though we had to, go back into debt. We
Well, I remember when
should
they
be
owned-
retiring, but
It seemed like they used to own clear to the corner.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
I think George.
Clear
owned-
out down
I
here.
mean, look at that castle that
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
built.
seen it. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
But they.
So this guy that's Wadley's grandson is an amazing man. He's on a mission in New Guinea right now. He's a doctor, back surgeon, and then he runs this farm.
Wow.
And his kids all are involved in the farm. So I'm glad they've preserved that. We
I
kind of wanted to, preserve this a little bit too, but
I think they sold the whole lot for about 8,000 when Geneva moved in.
Oh, that's so
When
great.
Geneva moved in.
And that was probably like a great deal.
And that wasn't much when they divided up amongst.
well, Grandpa and Helen, there was only 2 children, Grandpa Joe and Helen Ash, and they had about 15 acres.
Yeah.
And my mom and Joe kept it, but then they've sold it. There's 2 big homes. If you drive over there's 2 big homes that sit back in.
Yeah, backhand.
Kim Bonnet from Provo bought the one. He does guided hunts.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then Rob Callis bought the other one. And then me, my brother and sister, my mom gave us all a building lot. So we
That's
stayed.
great.
We stayed. Right.
So
I
which Oh, go ahead.
I went to Dom there, and he was down gardening and doing all this stuff.
That's crazy.
And he stood up and he says, "Do I know you?" And he says, "Were you one of my students?" Because he taught.
Oh
me.
yeah.
I said, "No, I'm a relative."
'cause you look
Then he
so
looked,
young.
Oh, Dean.
He remembered.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
are pretty
And he
close in
remembered
age.
Glenna Lee too, right?
Yeah, I remembered.
Nice.
He remembers everybody.
Because you're pretty close in age, you and him.
Yeah,
Right.
He's a year older, I think.
I wonder if he went to Pleasant Grove. Don't know where he went.
I don't know. He
taught
more
there.
than likely went to in Lehigh.
Lehigh, and
because
then probably
Cease
came.
was over there.
Yeah, I think that's right. He
He was Cease was a matter of fact. He was the principal
Oh,
of one of the
okay.
schools, a high school or something over
that
there.
makes sense.
And
That's awesome.
And he was a bishop and so on and
Yeah.
so forth.
Yeah, Dawn did stop by, and then you
Yeah.
guys, and then that other lady stopped by, and I can't remember which.
And Don, that was one thing he said. I remember going into there because there was a ditch out front. And it was wide, and it was rocky, and it was full of water all the time.
Yeah.
You had to drive through the ditch to get
Oh
into the
my
house.
gosh! Isn't
And
that
then when
neat?
you went out, you drove clear around and went out the other
That
side,
way.
and there was a ditch there with water in it.
Well, my memories of Grandpa's place are awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I lived down there with him, and she was a Kirk. My grandma was Kirk from Scotland, and her parents settled in Lyndon as well.
Yeah.
And my wife is from Lyndon as well.
Oh, that's nice.
So we're like
There's one thing I
Lyndon.
I never ever remembered Grandpa Ash saying anything.
Yeah,
He was always out.
working.
Oh,
Or
oh yeah, he was
Right.
out there feeding the chickens or
just
chasing-
didn't say much, huh? Just
Oh,
kinda,
and he was just out, and when we'd come to visit, he'd be out working. Maybe Dad would go out and
yeah.
BS for a bit, but he would never.
He didn't really. He just
No.
kept working. Isn't
No,
that
and that's one
interesting?
thing.
That's funny
My
because
wife
I
says-
think of my grandpa Ash Arnold
Oh,
as being
I-
really quiet too.
He didn't
Oh,
say a whole. He
I
just
thought
worked.
you was going to say me.
No, I don't think
acted-
of you as being
I mean,
quiet.
he acted
But
all the
Arnold
time.
didn't say a whole lot either. Just kind of did his
Well,
They're
around
busy.
but-
work around the grandkids.
Yeah.
yeah, he had a
But
beautiful
Dad,
garden.
Most of them would go in and visit.
See, that's the way it was, though. They worked.
Yeah.
That's how Julie's dad was. And her brother right now has a beautiful garden on a half acre
Yeah.
that they've kept
Yeah.
in the family.
I've got a tomato plant in a pot.
You've got a great yard.
My dad, Frampton, he loved cars. That's what he liked.
Oh.
I've got a 32
Oh.
coupe in the garage that he left. A
I
show
had
car.
a
Yeah.
33 3-window with a rumble seat, and
Oh,
a
yeah.
34 5-window
Nice.
that I put the engine in the rear. I've been
Oh,
into
so
that.
you into that too? Good
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
we had a Henry J. Nobody knows what they are anymore.
Wow.
511-inch Chrysler.
So you like that kind of stuff too? That's what my dad liked. It skipped me. Mom left me her car because it only had 60,000 miles on it and a handicap license plate, so I took it.
That works.
So now
I just get out and wobble a lot. And they,
then you're fine, right?
Oh, yeah,
Then you're in good shape. So how many children did you have then?
just two.
2 kids?
Yeah.
Your mom?
No,
Oh,
my
I'm sorry.
mom's his sister.
Oh, a sister.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two, and our son passed away not too long ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? You just
Trying to
shouldn't,
do too much all the time.
shouldn't have to bury your or have your
yeah.
kids go.
It was hard for all of us.
And
Don't
we've
like that.
boat raced for probably 60 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And just down
All
here,
over the
most-
United States.
all
All
over.
over, yeah. Hampton, Virginia.
So you're
Illinois.
way into that stuff.
Well, I,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just spit and shine. That's all I
cool.
do.
You and my dad would have got along. He's a machinist.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
His machine shop is Lyndon Precision,
oh.
is what it's called. It's been there for
Lyndon.
50 years. Daryl Frampton, Lyndon Precision. It's
Down
on
on,
Geneva Road.
Geneva Road.
Mhm. Yep, that's
He had a car show. And that.
Uh-huh.
Every
Always
once in a
went
while,
to car shows.
He brought a bunch of cars over. to it.
57, had a 57 Chevy
Yeah.
convertible that he loved. And
Were you there, you think?
I bet
Huh?
you guys have run into each
Oh,
other.
I,
He passed away at 81. He made it to 81. We didn't know if he would. He had a heart attack at 46.
Oh, that's so
well, I had
young.
one.
Yeah, I
way down
remember.
the
Did
line. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some
Did they operate or stents?
No, I happened to be in the room at the time.
Oh, and they just
I had a pain. Matter of fact, in my back, and we.
that was like
says,
over
let's
20
go down.
years
We're going
ago.
down to the.
Yeah.
I said, oh,
I'm good.
but we're going. And I pulled in when I pulled in the lot to park the car.
hospital.
It went away. I haven't got word turning around and going out. She said, no, we're going in. We went in,
She's a good woman.
and I sat there for a bit, and I said, well, call the doc, and because we
Okay.
knew who he was because he
Yeah.
used to stitch all the guys up that crashed the boats.
Oh,
and that.
sure.
Anyway, call the doc, and he come in and he just looked around the corner and he said, he's having a heart attack right now, and he started screaming at the nurses
Oh
and
my
that.
gosh.
And they ran and got something to inject in me, and I was in there for, I don't know. They operated and do stuff, that
Okay.
they do. And they made me
You've been fine.
survive, I guess.
That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah,
Really?
this has been
20 plus.
Probably about my age.
30.
or-
Probably in your 60s.
Yeah, a long
Yeah.
time ago. Yeah.
50s or 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daryl, you might have ran in his circles.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it.
He was good friends. I'm thinking the Provo guys.
The machine shop down there.
Jim
oh,
Fisher
man.
was a machinist that lived on the west side of Provo. But
They had a